Imagine a time, imagine a place where everybody is a zombie and they only care about what their governing body that hates them spoons feed to them, like their little baby. Here comes the train. Here's your tyranny. That's what they want for you. That's what they want for me. And the Super Bowl is one tool. The Super Bowl is one cog in the massive machine that allows them to move towards this goal, move towards the society. I mean, this isn't even crazy conspiracy theory stuff. Look at the WEF. You own nothing and be happy. You'll live in these little pods. Okay, you can fact check me on that. That's what they want. And I'm going to tell you how I used to be regarding sports, okay? The way I used to do it was, I was a massive sports geek, okay? I knew all the facts about, it started with baseball when I was really young. I had the Ken Burns box set of baseball DVDs, and I would watch it, and I would memorize all the facts. I was like a historian. I knew everything about, 1920 Black Sox, Shoeless Joe, Merkel's boner. Not that type of boner. All of this stuff, that Chapman guy got hit in the head with a baseball and died. I knew all this stuff, okay? I was a historian. Then I moved to basketball, and I knew everything about basketball. I was learning everything about basketball. I was a basketball historian. Oh yeah, in 1942, this game happened, and these are the stats from that game. Then I moved to the NFL. Well, NFL, all this history. Alex Smith broke his leg. That was one of the greatest comebacks. Lawrence Taylor, all this stuff. Okay. Frank Reich actually made that big comeback, and he's the Eagles offensive coordinator. The Eagles are my favorite team. The Eagles won the Super Bowl a few years ago. Yeah. I was a geek. Okay, it's basically one of the only things I ever cared about. And granted, I did play basketball for quite a long time, but, that doesn't, and I wanted to be a baseball player too, but it wasn't really productive in those regards, even so. And what I want to prevent is you from going down the same path that I went on, okay? It's very detrimental because you end up wasting all of your time on things that just aren't important. And you're basically playing into the hand, okay? Remember, this is a battle, okay? I don't care what you think. I don't care how crazy you think I am. But one day you realize I was right. That could be 10 years from now, could be tomorrow. I don't know. But one day you realize I'm right if you don't believe me right now. It's a battle. Okay, it's us versus them. You and me. Okay, we're on the same team here. I'm trying to help you because I didn't notice this. I didn't think about this before. But they want you wasting your time. They want you a slave. And when you think of slave, you think of chains and shackles. Get over here, boy. Whip them. All of this stuff. That's what you think of when slavery. But slavery nowadays is very different. Slavery is digital. Social media, video games, explicit content, sports. This is all digital slavery because this is what they do. Okay, it's a massive veil. Okay, when you're focused on your video games, when you're focused on your sports, they put a veil over your face. Okay, it's a big curtain. You can't see anything. Then behind this curtain, you know what they do? Operation Northwoods, Part 50. Don't know what that is? Look it up. Indonesian mass killings. All this other government-sponsored tyranny. And those are the only ones you can point out and not be called a conspiracy theorist because it's so obvious. Because it's a declassified document, Operation Northwoods. But, start talking about other events that YouTube doesn't like you talking about, then, you start getting into some trouble. So I'm going to leave it at that. But I think you know where I'm going to go with that. Or was going to go with that, assuming this wasn't a communist platform. Only a joke, YouTube. I didn't mean that. YouTube's a great platform. YouTube has absolutely no censorship. Anyways. You need to not play into these people's hand. Okay? You're playing a game against them. Do you want to lose? Do you like losing? I know you don't like losing. Okay, because when I speak to the camera, when I make these videos, imagine I'm speaking to a younger me. Okay? I know you probably don't like losing if you're actually a man, okay? And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? I'm not a man if I don't mind losing? Yes, you're not a man if you don't mind losing. Okay? If you're a man, you should hate losing. And when you waste your time, when you watch sports, and when I was like, oh my god, all these stats, look, I'm playing my fantasy football league. Lamar Jackson, he got 20 fantasy points. That won me the game. Yay. You are wasting your time. You are playing into their hand if you do that. Okay? You can't play into their hand. Okay, this is a battle. Okay, you're on my team. I don't want to lose this battle, okay? I really don't want to lose. Imagine you had a teammate. Imagine you're playing basketball, right? And you have 60 points. You're hooping. Then your teammate is like, oh, give me the ball. I have 60 points, like you're hot, right? And then your teammate's like, yeah, no. And then they go and they airball layup. It's kind of how I feel. It's like, bro, come on. Come on. Anyways. And the reason why I extrapolate so much, because this is really, the Super Bowl is really a microcosm. Because it's not just the Super Bowl, it's NFL, MLB, NBA, all this other stuff. They look down like, oh, look at all these retards. They all, like Bill Gates, little chicken neck. Look, they're also focused on Lamar Jackson's wife having a miscarriage. They don't realize that I'm killing everybody. I don't wish that on Lamar, by the way, but that's just an example. Like, all these events and the grand scheme of things don't really matter. And like, what do you mean? Someone having a miscarriage is really important. That's bad. It is, but when your neighbor 4 houses down has a miscarriage, do you care? Do you even hear about it? No. Okay, what's the difference? You need to remove this veil, okay? Now, a lot of people are like, well, you sound really unfun. You sound really, uptight. What about fun? Can we have fun? Why can't we have fun? And I'm going to tell you something that's going to change your life. Okay, you listen to me right now, and your life is going to be changed. Your mind's going to be blown. No one says what I'm about to say right now. But first, take a sip of water. Fun is not real. What do you mean? What do you mean fun's not real? Fun is not real. Okay? And I'm going to explain to you what I mean, because I don't want to be like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Now, when I say fun is not real, I'll put in quotations because obviously enjoying something is real. You can enjoy something, and that's fun. But I'm talking about when people talk about fun. They're like, "What? You don't play video games? You don't watch movies all day? You don't watch anime all day? You don't watch explicit content? You don't use social media all day? You don't have fun. You are a non-fun haver. You're a non-fun haver. You don't have fun. Have you ever heard of fun? Ever heard of fun? Geeks, bro. Anyways, that is not real, okay? Because the truth is, you decide what's fun. All right, I decided what's fun, and when I realized this has changed my life. Okay, if you're someone who lacks, quote unquote discipline, I'll make another video, a full video about this. Okay, a full in-depth video about this. But if you're someone who lacks discipline, it's because you don't understand fun is not real. Because you think, oh, playing video games, scrolling on social media and watching all these movies and watching all this anime, you think that's fun. But in reality, that's not fun. You think it's fun. That's why you have such a hard time getting rid of it. If you declared right now, watching sports isn't that fun. You know what's fun? Working towards my passion. Okay? Working doesn't have to... And this is another thing. Like, when you talk about making money, when you talk about, doing something important, they're like, you work too much. Is it really work if it's my passion? Is it really work if I enjoy it? Why can't it just be... Like, you talk about playing video games. You say that's fun, right? Playing video games is fun. Watching the Super Bowl is fun, right? Couldn't you say the same thing? What if you just switched out Super Bowl and video games with, working on my, dream business? That's fun. Why can't you switch that out? What's stopping you from switching that out? What, a bunch of other retards arbitrarily telling you, hey, working and working on a website and starting a YouTube channel or selling stuff, that's work. That's not fun. Work is not fun. You know what's fun? Playing video games. Why should you listen to little Timmy the retard? Why don't you actually go your own way? What's fun is working for you now. That's your new saying. And you know what? Work. Get rid of the negative connotation. Okay, I'm not saying go quit everything and go work at McDonald's, because I understand that's not fun. You don't want to be a McDonald's burger flipper for the rest of your life, do you? But imagine your dream business. Okay, imagine your dream business. Okay, imagine what you need to do to get there. I want to be a lawyer. I got to learn law. I got to get good grades. Got to get into a good school. That's what you want to do. You want to be a lawyer. You want to... So, what you should think, what your mindset should be is, it's fun doing what lawyers do. Because that's what I want to be. That's my passion. You know what? If you don't think it's fun, then you should probably switch passions. If that makes any sense. Switching passions. Switching paths. Whatever you want to call it. I don't give a damn. But that's how it is. Okay? Need to change what you think is fun. And you simply change the mindset around the Super Bowl, which is coming up tomorrow. You know what? In the NFL in general, in sports in general, I want to be a lawyer. And, learning about law and doing all those other things, that's fun because I want to be a lawyer. That's really what I want to do in my life. Does the Super Bowl really help me with what I want to do in my life? So guess what? Now you flip it. You know what's work? Oh, work. I don't want to work. You know what's work now? The Super Bowl. Because you're taking yourself away from what you actually want to do. Because you just really want to be a lawyer, right? So now the Super Bowl is work. And now working on your, law stuff is fun. There you go. Just switch it. And I may wonder, what do you mean? How does that work? What's stopping you from doing that? Think about it. Really think about it. I need you to really think about this. What is stopping you from doing that? What other people, other retards, other people who don't live a life other people who live a life you don't want to live? Are those the people stopping you from thinking like that? Because that's all I can think of. There's no set in stone. The Super Bowl is fun. Working on law is work. Okay? Where's the divine command that that's true? Doesn't exist. And speaking of divine command, you may wonder, how does this all tie into, Christian men must watch this video about the Super Bowl? The reason why I say this is very simple. And I target at Christian men. Because the Bible calls us to be capable, strong men. Provide, protect. Masculine, traditional gender role. Does the Super Bowl help you at all? I mean, think about the average, and really think about this, okay? This is very good motivation here. Think about the average middle-aged man. What are they going to be doing tomorrow? They're going to walk around with their pot belly, with the wife that doesn't love them. Or they're divorced and don't have one. They're like, you can get their chips, they're going to get their hot dogs on the grill. And be like, yeah, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. I'm going to watch Stat Patty Mahomes versus Brock Purdy. Yeah. Is that really the life you want to live? Is that really what you want? Do you think that person's living up to his God-given potential? Do you think... Because I believe in Molinism, so when God actualized the world, he knew everything that would happen. He doesn't make anyone do anything, so it's not predestination. But he knew what would happen to every single person. And he knew all the possible routes people could have gone. Right? So that person, that same pot-belly fat dude who wastes his entire life at this point, maybe he has a decent job, but he hates the job anyway, so who cares? He knew that person could have been, a strong man that's actually doing good things for the world. And remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Don't be one of these dudes who are like, I only live for the afterlife, so what you're saying right now doesn't matter. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you really want to prioritize afterlife so much, what about creating disciples and helping other people inherit eternal life? If you want people to listen to you, if you want people to really, quote unquote, follow you towards following Jesus. For example, if you follow me, I want you to really follow Jesus. Not me, but Jesus, right? Now, that's the way I think about it. You need to be someone that's respectable, because if you wouldn't be watching, you wouldn't be 14 minutes into this video if I wasn't an incredible orator, if I wasn't very handsome, and if I wasn't amazing. I couldn't think of a third adjective. But seriously, if I was some fat dude and I was talking like, guys, you shouldn't watch the Super Bowl because you wouldn't be watching right now, would you? So, you can't pour from an empty cup. So, yeah, it's a divine command not to be a complete geek. And that ties in, because remember, the Super Bowl is a big distraction from what's actually important. And when you focus on what's not important, you're going to end up like the potbelly. Okay, it's a very simple, logical line we have here. Now, how should you treat the Super Bowl? I'm not saying you can't watch it. Don't get that message. My point is, don't be one of these people who put face paint on, like, yeah, go Chiefs, yeah, yeah. And don't be all obsessed with fantasy football. Playing fantasy football. Oh my God, Christian McCaffrey. Yes, he's back this week. Yay, more fantasy points. Don't be one of these dudes who's just keeping up with sports 24/7 and their life revolves around, sports. Obviously, when I'm talking about, like, because even if you want to play sports, if you want to be a basketball player, your time is better served learning about how to play basketball rather than, listening to all the news and listening to, like, this Westbrook got traded, or, the Chiefs are betting favorites in the Super Bowl. I assume they are. Like, learning about that stuff. Like, if you actually want to be a football player, actually learn about playing football. Don't get caught up in this, because that's a waste of time. Okay, it's taking you away from your goals. And it's funny because I realized so when I used to be a football geek, a lot of players talk about how they actually didn't really watch sports. They'd rather play. And I thought that was interesting. So that kind of plays into what I just said. But truthfully, you can watch it, watch it in the background, like while you're working. This is probably what I would do. While I'm working, then on this screen, I have two screens, one here and one over there. Now I'll have it over here. I'll be like, oh, cool. They scored a touchdown. Back to work. Oh, they scored a touchdown. Back to work. It's not like, oh my God, let's go. Now, with all that being said, this is all part of a bigger movement. Because like I said, they want to destroy us. And I really do think we Christian men should assemble, because it's like every other group is assembling but us. We're kind of, tanking a little bit. We're losing. As I always like to say, Christian men keep losing. Lose. I'm tired of losing. And I know you're tired of losing as well. You don't like losing. You may not realize you're losing, but you are losing right now. We are losing. When you lose, we lose. So that's why I started this movement, Build Back Christian Men. If you really want to join the movement, check out the Discord, link in the description. Check out my website. Give me your email. I'll be able to sell you stuff and send you newsletters in the future, and you get a free ebook. Great deal. Follow me on Instagram, like all my posts because I want my Instagram to look better, and subscribe to the channel for future videos, as the YouTubers like to put it. Those are all my call to boo. I can't even clear my throat properly. There you go. Don't sound like a little cuck when I do it like that. Those are all my call to actions. See you in the next video. And where's my mouse? I'm trying to turn off the recording. I can't find my mouse. Bro. I can't find my... Bro, is my mouse? Okay, there it is. Alright. See you in the next video.